Welcome to Hangman's Tarot. We're going to get started here in just a minute. I have a few requests for celebrity readings, so I'm going to get to those today. Just let me get my stuff set up here so that we have the correct title and stuff. So today we're going to do, I believe, Selena Gomez. So get started here in just a minute. Selena Gomez, but her friends or something. Well, come on. Just a minute. All right, we are going to get started here in just a minute. Bear with me so I can finish this up and get it going. Oh, okay. All right, all right. Good Lord. What are you at? Oh. Okay. So we have some requests to do. Selena Gomez, and I believe some people that are around Selena Gomez. I think it might be a group that's around her. So let's see. So Shaun White, Nina Dobrev. I'm not quite sure who they are, so that'll be an interesting reading too, because I literally have no idea who that is. So the people, okay, so this is Selena Gomez Somebody wants to know how she's being treated by Courtney Lopez, Rachel Stevens, Ashley Cook, and CEO Interscope John Janik. And then, good Lord, Justin Bieber and his marriage. So it would be like a Selena Gomez and a Justin Bieber reading instead, or a Justin Bieber and a Hailey Bieber one. So let's just start with our Justin Bieber reading. And just kind of going off of, he's a Pisces, but we're going to go off of his marriage also. Bear with me. Okay. So she's a Sagittarius, he's a Pisces. So Sagittarius, fire sign, and Justin is a Pisces, and he's a water sign. So they actually, you would think that things would be a little bit tricky with their relationship. She's born right on the cusp, and that means depending on the year and the time, that day could actually be considered a Sagittarius birthday or a Scorpio birthday also. So that cusp kind of gives her a little bit of a, makes it a little more flexible. Justin Bieber he's very clear that he's a Pisces, and you would think that they'd be opposites because of the water and the fire signs, but they're actually complementive of each other. So both signs are mutable signs, and they're considered to have like similar traits, being adaptable, you know, kind of flexible, versatile. And they are a public display of affection type couple. And we've seen that just a little bit, not a ton, but just, you know, I've seen it a little bit anyway. And they both want what they want in this relationship, and they always have, and they've never really cared what other people have thought. And even with, you know, the world watching them, they literally do not give two shits. And they're very into each other. And even with the different signs, the moon sign, his inner self, his emotions, reactions, is actually a Libra. And so Hailey's Venus, the planet showing what she's attracted to, this is what she feels about the relationship. Yeah, so I mean, they really have created a pretty naturally strong attraction to one another. Libra. All right. Okay, so we're going to go off of Pisces and Sagittarius. So we'll just keep it pretty simple. Both are pretty imaginative, optimistic individuals. They don't really sweat the little things, and they do exactly normally at the right time exactly what they're wanting to do, and not necessarily what they should do. So when they do that, if they were to do that, especially with like Justin Bieber, if he was supposed to marry her but didn't actually want to, you would definitely see it kind of like written all over his face. Hello, Amiri. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's find out here. Pisces. I'm going to get a little bit on the Pisces here for a minute. Can you hear me, Amiri? I mean, that would be terrible if you couldn't hear me this entire time. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So we got a little bit of fire, a little bit of water, air here. So Justin Bieber is just in a place of that love triangle is coming up again. So I don't really know what that actually means for their relationship. There's a third party in the situation on his end of things. So it's looking as if over on his side, he's kind of feeling the pain of not necessarily a third party again with an individual. It could be a third party with his job, could be a third party with his bodyguard. Again, those are always things that need to be kind of brought into the situation. And he's right in on the beginnings of the situation. So it's like, you know, just an impulsive, selfish area in which he's kind of lingering for the most part when it comes to him within this relationship. He kind of had to create a new identity with this Ace of Wands, a little bit of fire. He's definitely hesitant because he has lack of confidence within the relationship. So in the beginning, for sure, there was a huge hesitation in the very beginning when everything was kind of new and everything was being brought to the front. So it was almost like, here, we're going to start a new beginning, but I'm not very sure about it, so I'm going to lack confidence in it. I'm going to be hesitant because of it. And that's why there's a lot of delay in, which we probably feel and see the most. There's a delay in the relationship of the energetically for sure. But this is all in the beginnings especially. So there's a huge delay of it even being this new yummy beginning because of the hesitation that he had. And it's the desire to kind of like search, kind of reach out for help from other people, that is definitely decreased on her end of things. So she's Sagittarius. She's just kind of in a place of reflection, just taking a moment for herself. This has been delayed quite a bit, only due to, you know, whatever life has been kind of dealing to her. So her desire and her focus was somewhere else, but as of right now, it's actually on herself. And she's really making some time for that. And it's a nice thing to see and feel. She's kind of on the ends of thinking that this is the final push in this marriage or this relationship. So everything does not feel secure to her. This Nine of Wands reverse, she's just feeling like not very determined. She feels like she doesn't want to give up. She knows that that's an option. That's definitely an option as of this point. And she knows that there's a lot of difficulties here. So something is going on amiss here. And it could, again, this third party, whatever this is, it could even be the media. It could be whatever. It could be their brand new puppy is just getting way too much attention. And Justin, with Justin Bieber, and she doesn't like it. Something has always been a third party. Something has always intervened in their relationship. And that is clear to see in these cards exactly right here. Let's find out a little bit more here. Goodness. Excuse me too by my voice. I just don't feel good. I don't know what I picked up. Let's see. Let's figure out some of these challenges here. Got our Queen of Cups reverse, nine of Pentacles, and our World. Okay. So a lot of the challenges within the past was just having to do with a relationship with somebody. Maybe somebody else, maybe this meant the person before them. But there was some lack of work in the relationship in the very beginning anyway. And there was a lot of things about not caring, just not really giving two shits. For the both of them, though, like in the beginning or in the ending and kind of moving into that beginning for them, they were in a really self-disciplined place. They both were good financially. They were both free, very successful. Their status was just on point. They were, in the wealth. They had abundance. But again, when we feel this way, it's almost as if we feel like there's, nothing that we can do wrong at this point. But this is where they were kind of in the beginnings of things. And these are some of the issues that kind of came along with it. Something challenging as of right now is something kind of being at the very top, the forerunner, right at the door, opening up a new world for one of them. And it's like a new beginning for them for sure. Security through money, lots of control here. but someone's becoming lonely within the money. So it's like the money isn't doing shit, especially when you're lonely. Relationship and money, it's just like creating this loneliness. Huge challenge presently is definitely somebody not caring, again, somebody who has a temper. This is the Fool reverse, and just not kind of seeing the whole picture, and maybe even just kind of jumping the gun on things, not really having the ability to see the entire situation at hand, thinking that they're being spontaneous when in fact they're just actually kind of being an asshole. Okay. So outcome, if they don't change their ways, is this Two of Cups reverse. Is definitely someone just kind of ending the situation, maybe just needing to work on something, but this is not working. The relationship will end, and they won't even understand why it started. They won't understand why the ending started, but the relationship will end. Two of Cups reverse if they do not change their ways. If they change their ways, they have some hopes here, but a lot of the fears can push them towards that happier situation. So maybe furthering them into growth. So this might be just one of the spells, you know, the icky spells of a marriage. This might just be a place that they're in. Needing to free themselves from half-assed individuals. So they need to free themselves from this third party. And that could be like, you know, again, the entourage, that could be bodyguards, that could be, you know, mom, dad, it don't matter. But you really need to free yourselves here, especially if you want to change your ways. You're really going to get into a place where you do that. So total outcome is just the mere fact of decrease the spending. As long as they're decreasing the spending in their situation, trying not to be too out of touch and really trying to find less control, like letting go of control in the situation also. Because they were both pretty in control in their lives when they first showed up to the relationship. So that would be, you know, something of fear, is to lose that control. So just let that lead you to a happier place. And that's where they'll be heading. I mean, and this thing of them freeing themselves, it'll be because it's almost over. So they'll get to a place where they think that it's ending. And then they'll be like, oh shit, maybe we do like each other. All right, we're going to move on. Who do we have next? Shaun White. Isn't Shaun White like a redhead skateboarder? Okay, so I'm going to go with this is Shaun White, the skateboarder. Let me just make sure. Okay, so we're going to do Shaun White. Shaun White was born in September 3rd, actually. He's a professional snowboarder, skateboarder, and musician. He's a 3-time Olympic gold medalist. He holds the record for the most X Game medals and most Olympic gold medals by snowboarder, and he has won 10 ESPY awards. He's born in California. He's Irish, Italian. Wow, really? Wow. He's had 2 heart operations before the age of 1. When he got to the skateboarding scene, what drew the eyes was a professional skateboarder, Tony Hawk. So Hawk befriended the 9-year-old Shaun White at a local skate park, and he mentored him, kind of turning him into a pro skateboarder at the age of 17. He won many titles and on his skateboard, including the overall title of Action Sports Tour Champion, and was the first person to compete and win in the Summer and Winter X Games in 2 different sports. So it's safe to say he's a snowboarder, skateboarder in the Winter Olympics, you name it, Winter X Games, 2010 Olympics, 2011, 2012, Winter X. Yeah, so this guy is Achievement upon achievement. I would be exhausted if I was doing all that. Endorsements. I mean, dang. He's appeared on The Girls Next Door, First Descent, Snowboarder Magazine, Pro Snowboarder, Plumbers Pro. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff here. And he's actually referenced as Animal, like the guy off The Muppet Show. And he used to embrace it. He don't like that, though. He don't like it anymore. He don't want that. Oh. Okay. So he actually... Bad Things drummer Lena, don't know the last name, it starts with a Z, brought a lawsuit against White claiming sexual harassment and breach of contract. White and Lena reached out an out-of-court settlement in May 2017. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. At a press conference following White's win at the 2018 Olympics, he was asked if he was concerned that the lawsuit and the settlement would tarnish his image. He replied he referenced to the incident as gossip, a response that created widespread... Good Lord. He minimized the sexual harassment situation, and then he later apologized. I don't really like when people have gone to court, they've dealt with the legalities of it, they've dealt with an ending outcome and everything. So there was the whole thing was happening in court and yada yada yada. So only the truth would spill out afterwards, you would think. So it's you're oh, I'm gonna sit here and downgrade and minimize this sexual harassment situation, yet then you apologize? No sir, we heard you, Shaun White, we heard you. And I mean, he's the only one who knows what was going on, girl. Well, whatever. We'll do his cards. Let's do his cards. Let's find out a little bit more about our little Virgo here. Shaun White, 1986, September 3rd. He is a Virgo. That doesn't surprise me. Oh, he's not that short. He's 5'8". I was told he was actually very short. But I don't think so. He was born in a place called Easter Cross, California. Hey. He's known for his shocking red hair. Okay. Okay. Virgo. Okay. So inside, he has extreme happiness. He's very indulgent, but he's not fulfilled. So that might be why he has so many awards and rad things going on, is because this dude just feels not fulfilled, especially when it comes to that internal joy. So it's almost physically, maybe that's why he has so many accomplishments, is he tries to kind of coat over that situation. And this is even feeling like he's he feels like he's almost done all the time too, but that's in a delay because he's not actually fulfilled. The desires are not actually being met, even if it looks like even if it looks like he has a ton of things to desire, he's still not filling in that void. So that inner happiness, yes, that's there. That kind of keeps him going, maintaining that external peace. But it's just there's no inner fulfillment here from that or anything in general. He's pretty temperamental. The cards are speaking out on Knight of Cups, water. It's water element reverse. Some kind of a substance issue. maybe lacking it, I guess. Unrealistic, and he does love style. That's funny. He does usually. He looks good usually. But he's depressed. I mean, he's temperamental. He's sulky. He's dominant in the weepy willows. That's where he's at. That's what he kind of feeds on. Some challenges that might have shown up in the past is just he's just quick. He's fierce. He's got a lot of effort going on. He's very fast, but those things can be a challenge, especially if you're kind of constantly doing it. A challenge that kind of arose might have been in some type of an important message. And it's something that he was supposed to think about and then make an acting move, or then make just like a general move, see the truth of the situation, but it's not something that he did. And this is kind of indicating at the time when he was supposed to make, kind of be in this, it was very much in a place of just like kind of feeling like it was over, but it probably won't be or wouldn't be. Yeah, so currently some challenges that are arising now are Nine of Swords upright. He's definitely being troubled by his dreams. He's got some repressed issues going on here. And again, a change is required if he wants that inner joy and that peace. If he wants connection, he has to make it, he has to make it connect in that way. He has to go inside, but and your troubles if you're not listening to them, or if you're not consuming the images and thoughts and not kind of just like eating that all up. And there might be a connection here almost over too. So as of right now, there might be like an actual connection or a relationship that might be over. And relationship could be business. It could be his, relationship with snowboarding, his dog, his wife, his husband, or whatever he has. He's definitely in a place where change is required at this point, and he needs to do it before it's too late. He does. He feels as if it's time for a little reflection here. So this card is indicating that very much so. He's making time for it. He's trying to make efforts to focus and to go on the inside. So he's trying to get into that amount of work here. Yeah, he needs time out from disruption. He'll end up sick. He knows it too. So he's definitely allowing this. He's allowing himself to, take a minute. The world kind of feels like his spirits are low. The world, this star reverse, we kind of feel like he's lacking a little positivity, especially we begin to look like we're not as positive when we're dealing with our inner demons or our shadow. So that is a thing that definitely happens. But he's definitely, in the world's eyes, feeling heavier than usual, and almost like not a desire to share his experiences at any expense. It's like he is doing his work, and he seems to have built himself some sort of hermit dwelling, because the world's looking at him like, why are you so heavy? Why are you so unfun? Why are you so unbright? Where's that light, happy, bright, red-haired Shaun White at? Well, the world is just not really seeing the insides of what's happening. The things that he's doing are very important. But, we just see what we see. We see things on the outside. So health is a concern. That is being indicated once again. And that is Temperance, reverse, Five of Wands upright. So some new facts kind of emerging here. So him trying to kind of change his ways. If he does change his ways, he's going to get into a place where a bond is not as strong. A relationship won't be as strong here. So basically, if he takes some time and he takes, he checks out and he's like, listen, I'm going to take a minute. He's going to see things health-wise, and he's going to need to address those things. He might even get into a place where the relationship, the bond, is not quite there because, again, we change as people when we go inside. But something is a concern here. The cards are indicating a concern for the health, and this is the third time. So if he says, fuck it, I'm not going to change anything, I'm just going to keep doing me, Shaun White, he's basically going to keep life as simple as it is to him. And the efforts that are needed for that inner happiness, that won't be there. There needs to be a strong amount of gaining, a strong amount of effort to get into a place where you're dealing with that inner happiness, dealing with that inner joy. And some things will come about and it will change his situation, good or bad. Get one more card. Yeah. He's in a place where he knows he needs to just kind of heal. Especially when he'll be in a post-breakup. So he'll be in a place of kind of grieving as well. Maybe grieving the loss. But he'll be eventually, he'll seek out some love. He'll find that healing. He'll find his confidence once again. But all of those changes and all of those things that are necessary to bring you into an ultimate joy, he'll be back. He'll get into that space. That was good reading for Shaun White. Shaun White, that was Shaun White's reading. These are requests for celebrity readings, and I'm just kind of going down the list of requests at this point. Let's see, who is next? Nina Dobrev? Dobrev. Let's find out who this person is. I like that I don't know who they are. Okay. She looks like I recognize her. Okay, so she was born January 9th, 1989. She's 32 years old. She's 5'7". Let's see. People's Choice Awards for favorite on-screen chemistry. Is she on Vampire Diaries? She is on Vampire Diaries. Okay. I've heard of her. I've heard of Vampire Diaries. I've never watched the show because I liked True Blood. And I have to say, you can't really watch another vampire series after True Blood. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's just not a thing that normal people can do. I by normal, I mean not. That's not a thing. Let's see. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more here. So she is Capricorn sun sign. Moon sign is Aquarius. Girl. She's similar to Miley Cyrus and Halle Berry and Jennifer. They didn't put her last name. All right. Let's start shuffling for this Nina Dobrev. That's how I'm going to say her name because, listen, I don't know what it is. All right. So she's a Canadian actress, Bulgarian. All right. Instrumental. She's played the role of Nia Jones, the single teenage mother on Degrassi. I used to watch that when I was little. The Next Generation since the show's 6th season. She currently stars as Elena Gilbert on the TV series The Vampire Diaries. She was born in Bulgaria and moved to Canada at the age of 2. She lived in Ontario. She relocated to Atlanta, Georgia for her job, and her mother's an artist. Her father's a computer specialist. She has an older brother who's studying to become an engineer. Okay. All right, so she's an actress. There we go. Apparently, we watched her on Degrassi, whomever's my age. I don't really remember because, that was a long time ago. But we'll find out some stuff about her. She's dominant signs are Capricorn, highly, as well as Aquarius. For a few others would be Aries and Scorpio, Sagittarius. She's quite the mixture. Okay. So we're going to get started with this reading. Cards already started coming out immediately, so we've got some things to discuss. All right. So right now, just kind of speaking on the person that we're talking about, we have Queen of Pentacles, Earth, Reverse, Nine of Wands, upright. She's a very determined individual. She's kind of on everything is secure ahead, kind of not giving up on the situation. Financially independent. She's really still kind of finding her place in that. Self-care is needed in her situation. And it's almost like to get into that nurturing, motherly, loving space for your own self even. She knows that there's a final push here. So some kind of conflict within the home. She's speaking on a final push, though, and it's almost over. So it's kind of in a place where you don't really want to stop. You don't want, the motivations to stop because of the difficulties. So she is in a place where she's trying to deal with a home conflict. I don't know what that means. That's just what the cards are indicating. And self-care, it needs to be tended to. So a challenge from the past. We have our Three of Wands, fire. That is reversed, Nine of Pentacles upright. So from the past, it's almost like a place in which she just had no sense of direction. And she really needed to find some kind of clarity within her feelings and within her direction. She's, kind of doing a lot of work here in the past, actually, internally. And that's where most of it is. And some other issues that are going on presently are just kind of, again, coming back to that freedom of financial. So that is an issue, kind of gaining status wealth-wise and finding a little bit of success here. So that money thing keeps kind of coming up again. So how does she feel about herself? How does Miss Nina Dobrev feel about herself? So Eight of Swords reversed. So she knows that she's making excuses for somebody else that is around her or could be involved in the situation that she was dealing with when it comes to that home conflict. So she does make excuses for this individual, and she doesn't want anything held back, but she's definitely holding back on. Let's find out who this zodiac sign is, because this is driving me nuts. She's holding back on a lot of things that she thinks and wants to say and she wants to deal with, but she's holding back because of this individual that is around her, that is having this conflict, or a conflict that, that she's not very loud about or doesn't speak on, maybe. So they could be earth sign. I'm picking air sign. Or fire. Okay. So it's all about kind of coming into a place financially of completion. So she wants to get into a place where all her smart moves make sense eventually. But it's almost like this relationship kind of keeps heading to the next step, and it's appearing like everything is stable at home. It appears that the efforts established within the relationship are fine. There was, maybe she married this individual. I'm feeling like she probably married this individual. But the relationship has begun to become heavy. So there's no desire to really even share about the relationship. Just that everything's fine at home. I don't want to talk about it. That's it. No desire there. What will happen if she doesn't change things? So resistance to change. Death card, reverse. She has the option to start over either or. She needs to embrace things, open arms though, especially if she's going to change anything. But she is resistant to change, and personal change is something she's good on. This resistance to change is hard because she, again, doesn't want to bother the individual who's in this relationship and this conflict. The starting over thing pops up, keeps it being indicated that there is a new cycle that could begin, especially if she changed things. And if she says, fuck it, I don't want to change it, I ain't going to change it, I'm going to just keep resisting, I'm just going to keep making it so that, this person's comfortable and I'm uncomfortable for whatever it's worth. So things will just get harder. So 10 of Wands, this is upright. So it's nothing about this relationship is good and solid. So whatever it looks like on the outside, whatever kind of relationship this is, it is not what it is on the inside, because there's tough times ahead, especially at the ending of, and it will be at the ending, and she'll put it there. It'll go all the way till it can't go anymore, because the universe is like, no. We already talked about this, and you need to stop holding back. She's just holding back. If she overcomes it, though, she'll get into a place of success. She'll win. She will. That's 6 of Wands upright. She'll get into a place where That was past self-doubt. That was past self-destruction over somebody. And she'll win. But she must do the work. Sometimes we just don't want to do the work. All right, who do we have up next? All right, so we have, okay, so we did our Shaun White. We did Nina Dobrev. I can't say her name. So somebody wants to know, who is this lady? Okay, so somebody wants to do a reading on Selena Gomez and maybe her social network or her social group. Courtney Lopez, Raquel Stevens, Ashley Cook, and CEO of Interscope, John Janik. So I don't know if she wants... Maybe I'll check back with that one because I don't really know for sure if she wants me to do that with Selena Gomez or if she wants me to do them all separately. Ew. He gives me the willies. Anybody that big internally. All right. Not a whole lot said about him specifically. All right. Her moon sign is Aries and her sun sign is Cancer. That's a whole lot. She was born in July 22nd, 1992, and her name's Selena Marie Gomez. She's an American singer, actress, and producer. Born and raised in Texas, she began her career by appearing on the children's television series Barney and Friends. In her teens, she rose to her role as Alex Russo in the Emmy Award-winning Disney Channel television series Wizard of Waverly Place. So she was a Disney girl. Yikes. Okay. So she's a highly emotional individual, I would assume. Okay, so let's do Selena Gomez and the people around her. Let's get a reading on her social group, just kind of indicating to us a little bit about it. Let's talk about Selena Gomez. Again, she is a Cancer sun sign, moon sign. She's an Aries. All right, we're going to find out about her and them first. So at the moment, 9 of water, 9 of wands upright. She's at a place where she feels like she's kind of almost content. She feels like she might even be at the ending of a cycle, maybe feeling like she's fulfilled, kind of getting into the last little bit of a final push into something. She does have motivation right now in difficult times, and she feels as if everything is secure ahead, so she could just keep moving through. So she doesn't really have time to give up or to stop. She's momentum. There's a lot of momentum here. And she feels very lucky to have the people that are in her life. She feels very lucky to have those individuals. And she's wished for all of this. Everything that she has, she's determining that she's satisfied, and she's very welcoming of the situation and the people around her. Let's find out about them. Ten of Swords reverse. So they hold back on saying what the hell they want to say. They do. They hold back. They make excuses for her. And that's our Ten of Swords reversed. Page of Wands. So they feel as if they need to talk or say something really loud. They feel as if they don't, it's going to be like something that they regret. And they don't feel like that there's time for it really even. They just keep making excuses, coming back to, they're just holding back on what they want to say. And they create an illusion either for themselves about Selena Gomez, or they've created an illusion so that they're able to continue with this wrong choice and not, in the making excuses for her. So there are those things. And they just, they do. They won't show any courage here. They don't. Let me find out a little more on the issue here. What the hell is going on here? We got to find out more. I have a dang TikTok song in my head. Like that really creepy one. Davey. So there is a conflict. Something that is not being addressed, so there is a delay in it, of course. And these are just the events that are kind of surrounding the issue. There's a present power to somebody's complete... So somebody is very conscious of what it is they're doing. They have a power in it. But there's a delay in it because it's probably not the right way to go about this power, to go about this conscious. So there could be some movement, traveling forward energy, but again, these are all in delay. So it's lacking. So the conflict is not being addressed. The movement forward is probably not being addressed here, but that power is being not used correctly here. So there's some kind of power here not being used. Someone has a power position that they're using, but again, it looks like it's in delay because they're not using it correctly. They're aware of something or something that they may not be doing. So a lot of loss going on here. Some type of a loss. Great achievement, but again, it's almost like feeling like it's in delay. So there is achievement within and around Selena Gomez, but it's not loud or something. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Okay. So in this conflict and in this loss, there was, a new thought arose, a new perspective. Just kind of trying to release like old mental habits, maybe just trying to change the mind, let go of the situation. There was a major breakthrough through this conflict though. And if this hasn't happened, because this actually could just kind of be a new beginning, a new start here. If they were to turn around these delays, this is kind of a place that they would get into, kind of feeling like they have I feel if they met her with their worries and their concerns, it would turn out okay. I do. There is just triumph over the situation, over the difficulties. So somebody's needing to work with somebody. And just her energy is just not really understanding why the relationship was even there, why it even began. She feels as if she was pulled into the situation. So there was a situation with her social circle or her social connection here that kind of ended in one of them with this power situation, this power play that is the conscious, and it wasn't being used correctly. So however that resonates for you, but she doesn't even know why it actually started. And she's not wanting to do the need. She doesn't want to work with this individual. Okay. There we have it. That's all I got for you. Coming into a dead end here. If we kept going, we might actually know what was going on. I don't feel like I still know what's going on. All right. So maybe I need to do separate readings for all of them. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe she'll change her mind, but who knows. All right. Let me see. What else do we have? Ooh, The Weeknd. Let's do The Weeknd, people. The Weeknd is one other request. Let's find out a little bit about our Aquarius, The Weeknd. He was born February 16th, 1990. His birth date falls under the Aquarius cycle, meaning that he has a personality traits in accordance with the 11th astrological sign. Let's go into it, folks. So Aquarius, he's sun sign. So moon sign, though, he is Scorpio. You know what they say about Scorpios? Not kidding. All right. Yeah, Scorpio, Capricorn, moon sign. Holy buckets. This one's just talented. Oh, goodness. Okay. So his name is actually Abel or Abil. And he's known for his stage name, The Weeknd. He's Ethiopian-Canadian recording artist and record producer. 2010, he uploaded several songs to YouTube under the name The Weeknd. Though his identity wasn't known, 2011 he released 3 9-track mixtapes, House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence, which were critically acclaimed in 2012. He released a compilation album, trilogy, consisting of remastered versions of the mixtape material, 3 additional songs, and it was released under Republic Records. So he's a very rad musician. Okay, so let's get started with The Weeknd, and then we will wrap things up. My child keeps calling. He wants a soda pop at school. He demands. All right. Okay. 9 of Swords, upright. So a change is required within at the moment with him. He is very much about his dreams, but he's troubled by his dreams, and he represses a lot of things. And when we do that, it indicates we're not dealing with the dream. So change is required. There could be a connection somewhere kind of ending, some type of a relationship with a water sign. Stir. So something of emotion, something intuitively connected. He's sensitive about it, or she or he is sensitive. The other person is sensitive about it, though. So this relationship is of emotion. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Could even be maybe an air sign. Could be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. So this relationship is delayed, and this is a Six of Wands. This is in reverse. This is just coming up again, just something. So I don't understand why, sorry about that interruption. I don't understand why schools serve Salisbury steak. Disgusting. I gotta go take my child to lunch. All right, so we're gonna finish this up. Okay, so bottom line is the issue here, it was delayed. So there was some hopes and there were some wishes, just kind of maybe on one or the other. But basically there's some betrayal going on, and it kind of dipped into his self-image. It kind of irritated his, you know, his ego, his insecurities have been a little bit stirred because of it. And he has no control in it, and that also bothers him, that he has no control in it. It's something that he is definitely not wanting to deal with because it is in delay, or it could be something that is just about to happen. Okay, so I mean, so this Four of Pentacles upright is just indicating that the relationship is still lonely, even though that he's secure financially, this individual's secure financially, they're still in like a really lonely space. So those are some challenges that have arose. And deception, betrayal, deception, those are of the past within the relationship. And that could be in a past relationship period. But as of right now, he's in a place where he's lonely in the relationship. And even security or not, like he's literally lonely. Okay. So he feels as if he can't get his shit together here. And he feels as if his partner is everything. Of course. He feels as though he's kind of sponging off people. So it's almost like he's emotionally trying to draw up some type of feeling or vibe from somebody else. So maybe they're just too consuming of each other. They're just not on the right path at the moment. Okay, so basically, no matter how much adventure, no matter how much inspiration action-wise, no matter how much time is in this relationship, there's just going to be tough times. And it's going to get harder and harder ahead of time. So this is nearing the ending of its cycle. So this relationship that is being indicated is definitely, it's time. It's time to start over. It's time to find a personal change. He will get into a place where he's just completely resistant. But again, the universe is like, I don't care. Like, it's over. So you're just, and we're gonna, so that's where they're at. So, I mean, the tough times, he cannot say no to this individual, and tough times are going to keep getting worse and worse. So it's something having to do with the fact that he does hold back, and he does not acknowledge that anything is going on. So it doesn't even appear that it's, you know, messy, but it is. It's nothing about being comfortable in this situation. It's lonely. So no matter how much inspiration, adventure, intuitiveness, no matter how rad or passionate the Weeknd and his person are, it's just not there. That turned into a love reading for you, Weeknd. I don't know who he's dating, if he's dating, or what he's dating. But whether that's coming up, or it's something that happened, or it's something that's going on now, I feel like it's happening. That's me. That's what I feel. Who knows? All right, people. Hangman Tarot, go ahead and hit subscribe so that you can follow and, you know, get all the updates and notifications if you hit that bell as well. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you'll be always notified about all your future readings, as well as go check out all that social media. That will help you and assist you in anything that I am doing or Hangman Tarot is doing. And share, like, and follow if you would. If these things don't resonate with you, then they just don't resonate with you. But it is a fun time. It is entertaining. It is interesting. By all means, let me know if you want me to do any celebrities, whichever. It doesn't matter. Also, upcoming, we do have our upcoming predictions for our next month. So July will be coming up shortly, in a matter of moments. So we will have predictions for July. I'll have love predictions, and I will also have current energy right after I do our general predictions for July. So look forward to those, and go check out all of those celebrity famous TikTok reading go check them out. They are all in a playlist on my YouTube channel. All right. We will see you later.